Hello, everyone. I am Cassandra Cothran, and I am the Exhibitor Education Manager here at Freeman. Go ahead and share my screen. All right, so I am super excited to talk with you all about getting started for PittCon 2026 and give you a show services overview. We'll talk about how you can access your online resources. We'll go over show services that are available. We'll also talk about shipping and material handling because we know sometimes that can be a little bit confusing. And then we'll talk through the on-site experience. As mentioned, there will be a Q&A at the end for you to ask any questions that you may have. All right, so just hopping in, we want to remind you that planning for an event, whether it's your first time or if you've exhibited at many different events, can take a really long time. You have to think about shipping, material handling, making sure that your on-site team is prepared, and everything else. We say on average it takes about 45 days, so we recommend getting started no later than January 19th to make sure that you and your team are prepared. Freeman will also send out some pre-show emails to make sure that you and your team are prepared. These emails are sent to the contact that we have on file, and they will lead you to our online ordering platform, Freeman Online. The first email will come out about 14 weeks before show opens, and it's a get started email. It lets you know all that you need to know to get prepared for the event. The second email will come out 1 week prior to our discount deadline, and it's a reminder to order soon to save so that you save the most amount of money. And the last email will come out 1 week before show opens, and it gives you some on-site tips for you and your team. Those emails will lead you to Freeman Online, but you can also get to Freeman Online from pittcon.org. On pittcon.org, you'll want to hover over Exhibit at PittCon. From there, you'll click on Exhibitor Services Manual from the drop-down list. And then under Freeman Services, click Freeman Online. That will take you to Freeman Online, and you'll see your show's homepage that looks exactly like this. You can also get to your show from freeman.com and searching your show. On your show's homepage, you'll see lots of helpful information and resources, like the show schedule and any deadlines. You'll find key contacts, what's included in your booth space, and many different curated tiles specifically for PittCon. You'll see the Shop Products and Services tile where you'll find our products and services and products and services from other vendors. You'll also see shipping and material handling information and exhibitor education resources for you and your team. We're also excited to mention our virtual assistant, Sky. Sky can assist you with over 150 topics, but if for some reason Sky cannot assist you, you'll automatically be redirected to a live representative who can assist you. And while you're going through Freeman Online, you'll see lots of informational pages like you see here on the screen with the quick facts. These pages are helpful to save to view later or to share with your team or your carriers that will be delivering your items to the show. If you'd like to save this information, just click that print button in the top right-hand corner of the screen and you can view it later. All right, now let's talk about the good stuff. What's included in your booth space? Each 10 by 10 booth will be set with 8-foot high gray and white back drape and 3-foot high gray side dividers. Booths that are 300 square feet or less will receive a one-line identification sign. But if your booth is larger than 300 square feet, just let us know and we'll provide a sign for you if you'd like one. Remember that the exhibit area is not automatically carpeted, but you are required to provide flooring for your booth space. And the aisles will be carpeted in tuxedo, which is a mixture of black and white. Freeman is the official contractor for all of the products and services you see listed here. We'll talk about these and how we can assist you with outfitting your booth space. But before we get there, I do want to remind you of our discount deadline. Our discount deadline is February 5th. We recommend and strongly encourage that you order your products and services prior to this date to save the most money and get the best return on investment. And please remember that other vendors may have different discount deadlines from ours, so check in with them too. All right, the first product that we're going to talk about is flooring. Remember that the exhibit area is not carpeted, but you are required to have flooring within your booth space. Booths without flooring on Sunday night, March 8th, will automatically be carpeted by Freeman at the exhibitor's expense. We have lots of different options for flooring, from carpet in many different colors to vinyl and turf options too. And so we can assist you with flooring, or you can bring in your own flooring if you'd like to do that. We also have furnishings. So we have options for lounge furniture, presentation seating, or network solutions to help make sure that your booth is the booth of your dreams. I'm also really excited to talk about our furniture bundles. Our furniture bundles are new, and these bundles were created to make sure that you could easily figure out the items to put in your booth space. These packages come in different ways so that you can make sure that your 10 by 10 or 10 by 20 booth or any other size booth has the correct items within it. They have bar stools, cafe tables, draped and undraped tables, and lounge chairs and couches too. And we have exhibit rentals and graphic solutions. So if you're interested in more of a plug and play solution, our exhibit rental options are great ideas to go by. We have the online exhibit bundles, which you can order right on Freeman Online, and the online exhibit packages that can be ordered there too. If you're looking for something a little bit more customized, you can order the modular exhibit collections or the custom exhibits and fabrications. With these two, you'll be paired with a representative who will make sure that all of your goals are reached within your booth space. We also have signage and graphic options and have a full service signage and graphic shop to make sure that any banners or graphics that you have are brought to life. Now we'll talk about labor services. Again, whether this is your first event or if you've exhibited at many different events, you'll know that labor jurisdictions make sure that you understand what you can and cannot do within your booth space. So we'll talk about the labor jurisdictions in San Antonio. 3 options for installation and dismantle labor exist in Texas. Labor can be performed by full-time employees of the exhibiting company, hired through Freeman, or hired through an exhibitor-appointed contractor, or EAC. The local union has jurisdiction for the operation of all material handling equipment, all unloading and reloading, and the handling of empty containers. So that just means that for any material handling, you'll want to make sure that our teams are taking care of that. Exhibitors may also unload your own personal vehicles provided you do not use any material handling equipment, meaning forklifts, flatbeds, dollies, or pallet jacks. But if you'd like assistance with setting up your booth or dismantling it, Freeman can assist with our display labor services. We can assist with installation or dismantle or any little small thing that you need assistance with within your booth space. Display labor rates are per person per hour, and the start time can only be guaranteed at the beginning of the working day. So this just means that if you order labor for any other part of the day, you'll want to stop by our exhibitor services desk to pick up your labor. Freeman also offers Freeman supervised labor, which means that if you or your team cannot be on site to supervise the labor, we can supervise it, and we'll make sure that it's completed prior to the show opening and dismantle labor is completed prior to the exhibit hall needing to be cleared. Freeman is also in charge of hanging signs and overhead rigging for components weighing less than 250 pounds. Remember to check the exhibit hall rules and guidelines for any hanging signs or items that you'd like to be rigged overhead. Rates are per crew per hour, and again, the start time can only be guaranteed at the beginning of the working day. You must also submit a signed structural integrity form and include any setup instructions within your signed crates. The structural integrity form just lets us know that your items are safe to put above head since there will be lots of people walking beneath them. Remember that hanging signs that are over 250 pounds are going to be hung by Encore, and their information is linked here. And we strongly encourage you to ship your hanging signs or overhead rigging items to the advanced warehouse. This ensures that we're able to start putting these hanging signs up before you get to show site. We do have hanging sign labels available for your convenience. And Freeman is also the official contractor for electrical and utilities. Remember to order in advance for the best price and so that your electrical items or utilities are installed prior to your arrival. Remember to also provide complete information, including a floor plan, your booth orientation, the location and load of the main power drop, and any on-site contacts in case we need to reach out to somebody. We also have helpful resources available on Freeman Online, like our usage guide. This guide lets you know about how much electrical you'll need for your booth space, depending on the items that you're planning on bringing. And we're the official contractor for cleaning services. Booths are not automatically cleaned, so if you're interested in vacuuming or porter service, which is the removal of waste from your booth, be sure to go onto Freeman Online and look into these items. Now we're going to talk about material handling. Sometimes material handling and shipping are used interchangeably, but they are two different services. So we're going to talk about how they work together to make sure that your items get to your booth space for PitCon. You have the option to ship inbound with any carrier that you may choose. And when you're shipping, you have the option to ship to two separate locations. The first location is to the advanced warehouse. Warehouse receiving begins February 4th, and the warehouse deadline is February 27th. You'll want to be sure to have your items sent to the advanced warehouse prior to February 27th so that you don't incur additional after warehouse deadline fees. Your second option is to ship direct to show site. Show site receiving begins March 5th. Whether you deliver to the advanced warehouse or to show site, once Freeman receives your freight, material handling begins. We'll take your freight and we'll move it from the loading dock and into your booth space. Once you've unloaded your containers, you'll label them with empty stickers, and Freeman will come around and pick those empty containers up. We'll store them for the duration of the event so that you don't have to worry about them. And then once the show's over, we'll bring them back. You'll load them back up and label them with outbound labels and just leave them within your booth space. Freeman will come around again and pick them up, and we'll take them to the loading dock for your carrier to pick up. Once we've put your freight onto your outbound carrier's truck, outbound shipping begins. I know it sounds like we do a lot with material handling and it sounds like it could be costly, but all of that is included in our price per pound model. So it's really easy to estimate if you go onto our Freeman Online budget estimator tool, and you'll just put in your estimated weight of your freight and we'll show you an estimated price. And I know that that overview was a lot too. So if you'd like to see another overview, be sure to go to Freeman Online and click that shipping and material handling information tile. There, you'll find the overview, material handling rates, shipping labels for the warehouse and show site, and those hanging signs. And then you'll also find information about the marshalling yard, empty storage, and outbound shipping information. All right, now we're going to talk about the marshalling yard. So if you are shipping direct to show, your carrier is going to need to check in at the marshalling yard to deliver your items to the show. Marshalling yards are used as staging sites so that the loading docks at the facility don't get overcrowded or too congested. The address for the marshalling yard is 4278 Prophet Drive, San Antonio, Texas, 8219. You'll want to be sure to provide this address to your carrier as they'll need to stop here to check in. Drivers will be assigned a number according to their check-in time at the marshalling yard, and then they'll be dispatched to the loading dock once there's space available to unload your items. Freeman requires certified weight tickets when carriers are checking into the marshaling yard. If your driver has a valid weight ticket, Freeman will accept these, but if your driver doesn't, they can search for scales near 78219 to find scales that are nearby. Remember to provide this information to your carrier so that their experience is seamless too. And we have POV cart service available. POVs are defined as cars, pickup trucks, vans, or other trucks designed for passenger use, not cargo or freight. So these are personally owned vehicles that are not used as commercial vehicles. Workers that are equipped with the flat cart will assist exhibitors with unloading your vehicles. This service is available at a round-trip rate of $231, and cart service includes storage of those empty containers at no additional charge. And we've talked a little bit about empty container storage, but we'll go into some more details right now. During move-in, remember to label your empty containers with empty stickers. These stickers are provided by Freeman, so stop by our service desk or stop a Freeman representative that's walking around the floor to grab these stickers. Empty containers must be removed from your booth space, so once your containers are empty, just label them and we'll come around and pick them up so that you have more room within your booth to work. During move out, empty containers are returned at the close of the show when aisle carpet is removed or plastic covering is placed down. This can take many hours, so please just be sure for you and your team to plan accordingly. That means don't plan to leave the show 30 minutes after it closes because your items won't be back within your booth space yet. And if you do happen to need to leave right after the show, Freeman can assist with dismantling your booth. We also have priority empty return labels, which makes your move out process more predictable. Priority empty return labels guarantee that your empty containers will be returned within 2.5 hours of the event closing. There's only one label needed for each of the containers that you want back quickly, and each label is only $160. You can order these on Freeman Online when you're ordering your other services. Please note that there are only a limited amount available, so if you're interested in these, be sure to go online to order them. Now we'll talk about the outbound paperwork process. Outbound paperwork is needed for all shipments, regardless of carrier. So if your items are going to 2 separate places, you'll need 2 separate material handling agreements. You'll want to be sure to fill this information out in advance or on site, though I recommend that you do it in advance so it's one less thing for you to worry about when you're on site. Any requested paperwork will be passed out during the show, and then once your shipments are all packed up and your items are labeled, be sure to bring this back to our exhibitor services desk to make sure that we can get you all checked out. Remember to leave your freight labeled within your booth space, and Freeman will do the rest. On your material handling agreement, you can see an example here on the screen. You'll want to be sure to complete all of the boxes that are there. Include your carrier name and phone number, the desired level of service, and the number of pieces. Remember to sign, print clearly, and include a phone number. And please note that if your carrier does fail to arrive by the check-in deadline, we'll talk about that a little bit later, your freight will be rerouted by Freeman. This just means that if your carrier does not check in to pick up your freight, Freeman will make sure that it gets to its final destination by transporting it ourselves. And the last product and service that I'll talk about for Freeman are shipping services. Freeman has our Freeman transportation team available to ship your items inbound, outbound, or round trip at a discounted rate. Shipments that are originating from countries other than the US must be cleared through customs, no matter which carrier that you're using. And please remember to review dates for the advance warehouse, the show site, and your driver check-in times when confirming with your shipper. They'll need all of this information, so be sure to provide your shipper, whether they're any trade show carrier, to pick up your items at the correct time, to deliver during the right time frame, and all of that so that your items get to where they need to be on time and so that your carrier also has a good experience with delivering your freight. If you are interested in using Freeman Transportation, we do have specialists available for custom quotes, or you can reach out on Freeman Online. And I know it sounds like we do a lot for the show, but there are other specialty contractors to assist. If you're interested in food and beverage, the RK Culinary Group is available for rigging for items over 250 pounds, Encore, and for telephone and internet smart city networks. All right, as I begin to wrap up, we'll talk about show site information. Move-in begins on March 5th at 8 a.m. It'll go until March 8th from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. The exhibit hall hours are Monday, March 9th, 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. until Wednesday, March 11th, 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. Exhibitor move-out begins at 3 p.m. on March 11th, and it'll continue until Friday, March 13th, 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. The driver check-in deadline is 9 a.m. This is the time that you want to ensure that your driver is checked in to pick up your freight. Please be sure to provide this information to your carrier too so that they know when they need to be checked in. The exhibit clear deadline is 10 a.m. This is when you want to ensure that all of your items are clear off of the show floor. And while you're on site, you may need to talk to us, and so we will leave a contact us flyer within your booth space. This flyer has our contact information on it so that you don't have to leave your booth to reach us. And if you're like me and you like to self-serve, we do have some options available on Freeman Online. Our first option is concierge services. You can request service directly from the comfort of your booth. So if you're missing an item or you need to place a new order, you can use concierge services to do these things. We also have notifications where you can set up and view important live event notifications for you and your team. This includes freight alerts, which are really helpful. These alerts allow you to know when your empty containers are returned to your booth space at the close of the show. This also makes your move out more predictable. And the last one is the show move out tile. You can submit and finalize your outbound paperwork digitally within this tile. All right, as I really wrap up now, I'll leave you with some cost saving and planning tips. Remember to plan to arrive with enough time to set up your booth and allow extra time in your departure plans for empty freight return and booth teardown. Review the exhibitor service manual and understand any important deadlines that you may need to know. And remember to order prior to discount deadline dates for the best rates. Include setup instructions with labor orders inside of any of your crates that you may have so that you and your team know how to set up your booth spaces or anybody assisting you. Ensure all teams have all paperwork on site so that they're prepared. So this includes any invoices, any order confirmations, your tracking numbers for your freight, all of this information so that they know what to look for when they're there on site setting up your booth. And remember, before show opening, check your space to ensure all shipments have arrived and confirm that all of your orders have been completed or in the process of being completed. We want to make sure that you have everything that you ordered within your booth space. So just be sure to check on them before the show opens so that your booth is ready for your audience. Lastly, before departing, remember to stop by the service desk and any specialty vendor desk to review and settle final invoices. This is so helpful because you do not want to get back home and have to figure out your invoices or reach out to anybody because something looks wrong. So just be sure before you head out to stop by our desk to final out or close out those invoices. And I know I talked about a lot today. So if you have any questions or you need our assistance, we have many different ways for you to contact us. You can call us, send us a text, and we have WhatsApp options. We have a chat option there on Freeman Online. Or if you're an international customer, feel free to send us an email. All right, that is it for me. I am going to pass it over to Anna. Thank you all.